Guys, welcome back to my channel. For everyone who doesn't know, my name is Nicole Mercedes, and let's get right into this video. So you can tell from the title, today we're going to be talking about learning how to be alone and like being happy with being alone. I know because of this pandemic, a lot of people have been struggling. Everyone is, been isolated, at least most of us who are still following CDC protocol and whatnot. I know it's hard. And, we're social beings. Like, humans are really supposed to be together. But for the most part, you do need to know how to be alone and be okay with physically being alone. And just because you're alone doesn't mean like you're lonely. But we're going to talk about why you can be happy being alone and why you need to get used to those feelings. Also, side note, sorry for if you background noise, living in apartments, that's just what it is. Being alone is a valuable experience in any aspect of your life. And we really need to, instead of like running away from it and shying away from it, a lot of you need to lean into it. And it helps you to be able to discover a lot of things about yourself. Like you're learning about what you like, what you don't like, what you will accept from other people, like what brings you joy, what's going on. So you need to really be like in tune with yourself when we're doing this. And I'm going to give you a whole bunch of different tips and things that I've learned along the way, and also why I like being alone. I'm used to it. This is actually the first time that I've been able to physically live alone, so love. But even when I'm not an only child. There's 3 of us, and I lived in a house with 5 people, basically almost my entire life. So, and then even when I went away to college, I still had roommates. I've never been able to live alone until this moment now when I became an adult. So I always found ways to still be able to be by myself. So the pandemic in that way didn't like hit me as hard as other people, because I actually enjoy my own personal bubble. And maybe I'm going to give you some tips and things that you guys can enjoy yourself. Taking alone time, it will allow you to be able to check in with yourself. Like, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Also, like, what are some of your insecurities and how you can flip them on its head. So let's just dive in. The first thing I want to share with you guys is you need to understand that you are enough by yourself. I think a lot of people, at least I would say I know a lot of people who need to be in a crowd full of people to like feel alive, and like they're just always on. And that's because they're putting on a show. And some people just think that they have to be this over the top, exuberant personality for people to like them. And they have to put on this facade for others to see, and at least what they want to see, and make them like fit in. But you can be exactly who you are, and that's enough. Just show up as your true authentic self and be okay with who you are. That's all you need. You don't have to do all these flashy things and be swinging from the chandelier and acting insane. Like, it'll be a funny moment, but a lot of people probably will be laughing at you and not with you. So just do what's good for you. Like, stop worrying about trying to show up for something that isn't really you. The second thing I want to share is you should value other people's opinions, but you really should be valuing your own opinion more. So it's okay to ask for advice and wondering like, okay, I think this is it, but what do you think? Like asking your friends or family, whatever. But even whatever they decide, that should not be like, okay, they said I should do this, so I'm gonna do it. What do you think? Use your own brain. You are your own person. Think about it first. Be like, okay, I'm probably in between these 2 different things. Then seek counsel. And then whatever these people decide, okay, like, cool, I'm gonna take it back home, think about it, reflect on what they said, and like, okay, maybe they have a point, and you can pull in a little bit of that into your own arsenal and then use it. Or be like, you know what, I think my idea is better. I'm gonna go from what's working here in my heart, and I'm gonna go with it. Third, which is something that I love about being alone, appreciate the silence. Especially if you are not an only child and you grew up within a home with multiple people, you can appreciate quiet space and quiet time to yourself. I love silence. I love being alone. It's just a way to decompress, get my thoughts in order. Learning to be an observer. I'm a very observant person. I could be in a crowd full of people, alone, or even with a group of friends, and I will sit back and just look at that. I people watch. Like, okay, that's interesting. Oh, why did she do that? Oh, she said that. Did y'all hear what they said in the back? My ears are always open, even if I'm not looking. My ears are always, I'm ear hustling. I'm listening to things. I'm seeing things that people don't notice. And when you really take the time to be alone and like you practice it, that actually helps you become like a better listener and a better, like overall, like being able to like conversationalist if you're actually looking for the details. Okay, number 5, I do this all the time. Learn how to talk to yourself. And I talk to myself all the time. I spend a lot of time alone. I talk to myself all the time. I'll do it even when I'm in public. I'm like, yo, did you see that? That's crazy. It is very, it's very helpful. But even besides doing that, like, I'm also talking about like the way you talk about yourself and like to yourself, like when things happen. I've been working on the last like year and a half, 2 years of not negative talking so much. Like if I do something and be like, damn, like Nicole, you're stupid. Like that's crazy. Why did you do that? Da, 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 da. And just like spiral into like this dark hole for no reason. You really do not want to do that. We need to stop downplaying our strengths and trying, I guess some of us do, to like be humble and whatever, or even being as a joke. But some of these things, like words do mean things. And eventually, if you keep saying these things over and over again, it will become your reality. If you keep saying like, I'm stupid, I can't do anything, this, like, you're just so lazy, like all this negative talk, and you're just feeding into, you're telling your subconscious that this is who you are. And eventually you're going to believe that's who you are, and that's how you're going to portray yourself out into the masses. And that is something we are not trying to do. So stop telling yourself that you're stupid or you're worthless or you're not lovable or whatever. You need to speak kindly to yourself. Like speak to yourself the way you would speak to your friends. I guess at least it's friends that you like. You need to speak life into yourself. The way you talk to yourself when no one is around is the way that you are going to bring yourself into the world. So it is crucial for you to not negative talk yourself. Okay, so stop doing it. So number 6 that I love doing, take yourself on a date. Too many people don't know how to do things alone. I like doing things alone. I mean, I love being around with my friends and family, but I like doing things alone. I don't like waiting. If I want to do something or go somewhere and no one else wants to go or they're waiting too long, I'd be like, cool, I'm doing this. If you want to show up, cool. If not, don't come, I don't care. So I am notorious for going to the movies by myself. I started going places alone, like religiously, in college. Especially the first time I started doing it was like eating alone on campus. You know, at first you're like, oh, this is so weird and I don't want to be alone, and like you look like a loser if I'm eating in the cafeteria or in the sack alone. So I used to purposely, to get out of the habit, used to go to some of the most populated areas on campus, find a table just for like 2 people, sit alone, eat my food, people watch, and just relax and not be like, feel self-conscious that I am in a spot alone. Okay, the next one, strengthen your coping skills. I remember taking I think it was like ethics course in college, and one of the things our professor was saying was that, you know, people your age, so at the time I was like early 20s, I was probably like 20 years old, and he was absolutely right. He's like, none of you, like millennials and whatnot, like you guys were not taught coping skills as children, which is why a lot of people cannot, when there's adversity, a lot of you cannot handle it. And I thought about it, and first I was like, then I'm like, no, he's absolutely right. A lot of people, unfortunately, like their families have not taught them enough about like coping skills and how to pick yourself back up. And you can go through something, but you need to be able to like, okay, we got to figure out a healthy way to move forward. And not thinking like maybe your parents did it for you, which was awesome. I think my mom did a really great job at that I think for the most part when something happens, I can like, okay, talk my way through it. But a lot of us haven't gotten those skills before. And I think you really need to sit down and realize, okay, we're going to go through some really hard times. And you can fall apart, but the issue is like you got to be able to eventually pick yourself back up. So number 8 is something I'm really big on. Practice self-love, self-care. You need to love onto yourself. Take care of yourself. Pamper yourself. So that if it's going to a spa, you should do a spa day. I cannot wait until all this is over because I'm due for a spa day. Get a massage, get your nails done. And also besides like the physical aspect of like loving on yourself, you need to like in here, do an internal check. You need to love yourself. And I'm not going to say the whole like, oh, if you don't love yourself, no one else will. I used to say that, but now that I think about it, I actually think that is very damaging. It's not helpful that if someone has grown up and they were never taught, like people did not love them, their family. I know a lot of people who have horrible negative experiences growing up and their parents or their guardians, whoever raised them, it was an abusive area situation and they were not loved on and they were not taught self-love and they were not, no one taught them up and to like build up their self-esteem. So I don't think that telling somebody that, oh, if you don't love yourself, then no one else will love you. If you weren't taught to love yourself and to say like, okay, so if I never learn how to love myself, no one in the world will love me. I think it's extremely damaging. I think once a day or once every couple of days, something, sit down and think like, okay, find something that you love about yourself. Just tell you like, oh, what do I like? Find an attribute that you like about yourself. Or what you could do, might even be helpful, is ask other people that you're really close with, like, why do they love you? And then maybe they will see, you will hear, and they will see things about yourself that you don't even notice that you do. And then you'd be like, oh, I really do love that about myself. That is really cool. So that can help you build up the self-esteem and get to the point like, okay, you know what? Like, I am worthy. I'm really great. And then you can go from there. Next, you should be exercising and living a healthy lifestyle, which will help you be able to, like, be more confident in being alone and things like that. Exercising is crucial. I exercise 5 to 7 days a week. Yes, it can be tiring. I am tired right now, but it can be really fun. Also, outside of working out, try to eat healthy. You guys we need to get away from just like eating like crap, especially us who, you're late 20s into your 30s. That metabolism is going to kick. It is going to slow down and it is going to hurt you. So you guys really need to like, okay, just eat healthy, make healthier choices. I'm not telling you guys to like have to go full like vegan or whatever, which I have done. I did it about 9-10 months. I just didn't last because I love eggs and cheese too much, but it is doable. Like now I've been on a health like wellness journey, which I'm going to do a video about since like 2014, 2015. And it's in order for it to stick, you just have to make something like a lifestyle change instead of doing a diet. I think you just eventually, as you progress forward, you can make different decisions and make decisions that you think you are sustainable for your lifestyle and realistic for what you do. So now I'm predominantly plant-based and pescatarian diet. I'm not knocking people who eat a burger, bro. Who cares? Like, I'll just have a veggie burger. Like, I'm not someone crazy like PETA, like, oh, you're killing the animals. Whatever. I mean, it is healthy for our planet if we all would stop eating all these animal byproducts. Okay, so number 10, you need to get to know yourself. Like, become your own friend. So If you want to learn about yourself, one, get a journal. I've bought so many journals, but I've never actually really used them. So I'm gonna try. I need to look up like how do you even start journaling, because I don't get it, but like I need to look it up. But I'm hearing it is a good thing that you should be doing. But like writing down like, I guess, random ideas and things like that. You really do need to know who you are as a person, because you do not need other people telling you, especially people who don't mean you any good, to tell you who you are. You know who you are. And you should like who you are. And if you don't like that, then just work on trying to fix it and becoming a brand new you and a version of yourself that you want to portray to the world and that you like. You're always going to be with you. You can't leave yourself. I can't get out my body and leave. So you need to like who you are. And if you don't, there are different things that you can do to work on to get you towards the fact that, like, okay, you can sit here and be like, I really like me. Because I love me some me. I don't care if you don't like me, child. I like me. You should also, next tip, indulge yourself and do what you like to do. So this is kind of like what I was saying when take yourself on a date. Everyone that you're friends with and your family, they're not going to like what you like. Like, I know there's some of my friends that I can't talk to about, like, okay, I love Harry Potter, but one of my best friends absolutely loves Harry Potter too. So we've gone to the, what was it, not Cherry Hill, Chestnut Hill, like Harry Potter Fest. We've gone. We would go, people playing Quidditch and stuff live. Like, we love stuff like that. I also know, like, I like Star Wars. Some of my friends can't stand it. Don't like it. But I have friends who do. So I talk to my friends who like Star Wars. Big deal. Like, you really need being alone and learning how to just be your own friend. Be your friend in your head. Like, you can sit here and have a grand old time. Just try it. You will be amazed at the more time this is practice makes perfect. The more time you spend alone, the more comfortable you're gonna get. The more you're like, you know what, I can do this. I like me. And then you already know that, okay, I like me. I'm going to, then you know, like, your time is precious. So this will really help you decide, like, okay, I don't want to be around people who are going to make me feel less than me. I don't want that to get into the way of what I'm trying to do. So, you know, like, you can sift through the crap of people that's out there. And even some of your friends, people are cool, but they don't mean you well. You'll notice that after you spend more time with yourself and you like yourself, you will notice and be more observant if they are being negative Nancy's towards you, always making fun of you or thinking things that you like, and they're just like, ugh, you're so, like, a nerd, whatever. You will be able to really see that more clear the more time you spend alone. And then you realize that you don't need to be around them people. And lastly, one of the biggest tips that I do this at least once a week. Well, now hopefully, because the weather is breaking here in Philly, but go outside. Go outdoors. You need fresh air. And next couple months, we all should be doing this. Go in nature. Be one with nature. You will love it. Being in nature literally is a natural, like, it's a natural booster. Like, you immediately feel better. I know as soon as the weather started shifting and I could go back outside and I wasn't freezing anymore and started walking again and just getting to sit outside for like at least an hour or so, mood immediately changed. I was like, ooh, seasonal depression. Where'd you go, sis? You left. Thank God. Goodbye. Spend time in the sun. I know, all in all, people act different, like, alone. So, you know, people who are introverts who need to be able to be in solitude in order to, like, recharge, while extroverts have to, like, be in public. And I consider myself, I'm probably like an extroverted introvert. I can be outside all day. I can be in group of people. However, my energy definitely can be closely tied to the environment that I'm in. So if I don't want to be nowhere, energy drain. I'm like, ooh, time for me to go home. Don't want to be here. If I'm around certain people, mood instantly changed. Nope, gotta go. I don't want to be here. Because I don't want to front. Look, I don't have time nor the energy. I don't like small talk. I don't like it. It takes too much energy. Like, I just want to talk about what I want to talk about, hang out who I want to hang out with, and then take my butt ass home. I don't want to sit here and pretend to like you when I don't. I don't spend, my personal time is precious. Your time is precious. You spend your time how you see fit. So I don't understand people who hang around with groups of people, especially like the frenemies. If you don't like them, stop giving people access to you. You are precious. Your time is precious. Stop spending it with people who actually don't like you. It don't make no sense. Don't be around people who don't like you. It's energy draining, and I decided not to do it. I stopped doing it when I was in college. I was like, don't like you, don't care. So over the years, I've noticed that being alone brings you so many good things. I became a better listener, a better observer. I honestly think it makes you a better friend. I really do. Okay, even though I know being alone may not be natural for everybody, practice makes perfect. So if you're not used to it and you are uncomfortable, you just need to go for it. You need to practice it. Do this at the minute, maybe twice a week to start, right? Maybe just twice a week. Really sit down and just be like conscious about your, not conscious, be deliberate about your time and you cutting out and carving out a part of your day or the weekend to be alone. Alone. Be alone. But yes, please practice. Just try it. Try it. You'll like it. Try it. You'll like it. Okay? So please let me know in the comments below. What are some benefits that you have seen or you think would be good reason to be alone? And if you've already tried it, and what are some of the things that you enjoy doing that I haven't already talked about, that maybe other people can get ideas about what to do and how to enjoy your own company. So with that, this video is over. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Become a part of the family on this channel that I'm trying to build. Let's go, guys. And I hope you all have a loving and peaceful day. Bye.